What's up, guys? I'm Cody Brockway, and you're back here for another episode of BROCKWAYS VINYL BYTES. Woohoo! We've reached the end. We've reached day 12, the 12th installment of the 12 Days of Progmas right here on BROCKWAYS VINYL BYTES. Thank you so much for, if you've been watching, if you've been keeping up with the whole series as of yet, thank you so much for being a part of this and leaving all the comments and the likes and sharing the videos and the subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in the ways you have. As my loyal viewers, I love and appreciate you so much. And thank you very much to Wayne Fisher and Scott Lade, both from the Prog Corner and A Pocket Full of Heap. They've been big supporters of the channel. They've been really cool enough to actually let me on the Prog Corner as well, doing some live streams with them. And I'll be rejoining them again this Sunday too. We'll be doing the Mount Rushmore of Prog, so stay tuned on the Prog Corner for that. But big thanks to Scott and Wayne over there on the Prog Corner for just being so cool and being so supportive of my channel and having me on their channels as well. I really appreciate them. And all the newcomers, welcome. I appreciate and love you too. If this is your first trip or foray into the 12 Days of Progmas right here on BROCKWAYS VINYL BYTES, let me just catch you up to speed on what's been happening here. So every day from December 12th to December 23, which is today, 2023, we've gone into my extensive music collection and we've pulled out one prog rock or prog metal album per day at random and just been, sharing the love of these amazing records. We've been just day by day going through. It could be a classic album, it could be a modern album. It's all prog on the 12 Days of Progmas, of course, and we've just been totally fangirling over these albums and talking about how much we love them, because every record over the 12 Days of Progmas has been epic and excellent. And so if you haven't seen any of those videos, definitely go back after this one and check those out. But I had to save this one for the final day. As you guys know, I'm a huge Genesis fan. If you've been following this channel for any length of time, you definitely know this for sure. So today I had to go for what is my favorite Genesis album, even though I love all the Genesis albums. But when people usually ask me what's my favorite Genesis album, this is always the one I say. Selling England by the Pound. Autographed by Mr. Steve Hackett up there. I was lucky enough to meet him many times. I even interviewed him before. I've seen him 7 times in concert. He is awesome. And I actually got to see him play this album twice, 2 nights in a row, with his solo band. That would be released as part of the Selling England by the Pound and Special Mornings Live Deluxe CD Blu-ray set. I got the vinyl one too, but I'm going to show you this. Pretty cool. There's a picture of the man himself. A couple of great shots of some of the people playing with him. Look at the stage. Look at the light show. My gosh. He's just awesome. Awesome photos. Anyway, that's that. But this album to me is absolutely a prog masterpiece. If you're a prog rock or prog metal fan, I would consider this to be essential listening. This is just one of those that you have to hear, especially if you're a musician and you're into this style of playing. You have to hear this. There's no way around it. You have to get into this. And maybe even if it's not your favorite thing, which I really hope it is, because it's just a totally masterpiece album, but everybody should hear this at least once. And where you choose to go with it from there is totally your choice. But the music is so good that it would absolutely infect you like it did me. This is just a masterpiece album, and I love every single note, every single second of music on this. This is a 20 out of 10 for me. We got Dancing with the Moonlit Night, I Know What I Like, In Your Wardrobe, First the Fifth, and More Fool Me, which is actually it's not the first time, but it's one of the first times that Phil Collins would take a solo lead vocal on a Genesis record. And we got The Battle of Epping Forest. Now, some of the guys in the band actually aren't too crazy about that because of all the lyrics that Mr. Peter Gabriel has on it. There's a lot of words in that, but I don't care. I love it. To me, it works. His storytelling is amazing. The whole song, the whole piece is just fantastic. The drumming, the playing on all fronts is just totally incredible over that whole 11-minute piece. So we got The Battle of Epping Forest, After the Ordeal, The Cinema Show, and Isle of Plenty. This album is absolutely iconic. This is absolutely just, some of the best music ever is on this album. Like, these songs, like, I Know What I Like, Firth the Fifth, and The Cinema Show, these songs didn't leave the Genesis sets, like, ever. Of course, they would, end up taking, out of Firth the Fifth and The Cinema Show, they would just take bits of those at a certain point in their career, and they would kind of put them into medleys and play them, with a whole string of other songs as part of them too. But they would still keep the, some of the core elements. Like, they would still play the guitar solo for Firth the Fifth. They would play the keyboard solos at the end of The Cinema Show, and they'd tag them on with other songs like In the Cage and such as the 80s and 90s and 2000s would go on. And but yeah, so this album never left their repertoire. And when I actually saw them on the reunion, the Last Domino tour in 2021, at the end of the night when they did the Carpet Crawlers, they actually prefaced that song by singing the intro bit. Can you tell me where my country lies? Said the uniform to his true love's eyes. They sang that beginning part of Dancing with the Moonlit Night on top of the Carpet Crawlers and had them sang together. It was really cool. And yeah, this album is just totally awesome. And let's look at the sleeve too. There's a young Genesis band right there. Is it in focus? I'm sorry if it's not. But yeah, there's all the lyrics on the album. As for the musicians on the album, we've got Phil Collins right here. You got my whole Genesis wall here. This is all Genesis vinyl and box sets and CDs and such. And this is more Genesis CDs over here. We got Mike Rutherford, Steve Hackett, Tony Banks, and Peter Gabriel. There's Peter Gabriel right there. That is actually a hand-drawn portrait that a friend of mine did. If you want to follow her online, her tag is Painted Memories by Jen. And she sells her paintings exclusively out of Second Chance Records, my record store, 20 Argyle Street, North Caledonia, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, awesome album, essential listening. This is a prog masterpiece. You won't really go wrong with Genesis, especially, this album. It's just totally magnificent, perfect, incredible, absolutely fantastic. And so it had to be my grand finale piece for the 12 Days of Progmas. There's just no way that I wasn't going to, not talk about this. This is just an absolutely incredible album. I love sitting behind the drums, just throwing tracks from this album on my headphones and just playing along. Some of the most fun I've ever had was, with the drums. Some of the most fun I've ever had is just playing along the Genesis music, and this album is pretty much always on rotation for me very often. I just love it so much. I could just listen to this over and over. And I'll never get tired of it. I'd say that this is in my top 5 albums of all time. And you guys know, if you follow this channel, I love a lot of music. I'm a huge metalhead. I'm a huge classic rock guy, a huge prog rock guy. And, so for me to say that this is in my top 5 albums of all time, that's big praise, and especially because you know how much I love Genesis, Foxtrot, Nursery Crime, Trick of the Tail, Duke, We Can't Dance. I love all of those records. But I definitely had to go with this one. Just a total masterpiece. Yeah, what can I say that I haven't already said? And look at this album cover, just totally fantastic. Look at that. Look at this portrait, just beautiful. We got all the Genesis box sets here. We got 70 to 75. This is actually signed by Steve Hackett too. If you look close at that, you can see his signature on the bottom there. There you go. Then we've got 76 to 82 here. Then we've got 83 to 98. This one is the 73. Oops, sorry, Phil. We have the 73 to 2007 live box set here. It's got all the live albums, of course. And then this is the 81 to 2007 the movie box. So this has all the live shows. Like we got the Mama Tour. We got Three Sides Live. We have Invisible Touch live from Wembley Stadium. We got The Way We Walk, and of course When in Rome 2007. Awesome. Totally fantastic. My favorite band, definitely, and this album is my favorite Genesis album, among many greats. Can't go wrong with them. Really, you can't. Genesis selling England by the pound. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the continued support and love of BROCKWAYS Vinyl Bites. Thank you to everyone that I mentioned previously, and thank you to you, future you, who's coming and checking out this video and just digging into what we're doing here. We got more cool stuff on the way. We have Metal Masterpieces, which is actually a live stream that I'm going to be doing with Mr. Wayne Fisher of A Pocket Full of Heat fame right here on YouTube. And of course, he does a lot of features on the Prog Corner as well, with me and Scott Lade. And but him and I are getting together tonight to discuss 6 of our favorite Metal Masterpiece albums. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, December 23rd, 2023. So check that out. And then tomorrow, December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, I'm actually joining those guys, Scott Lade and Wayne Fisher, and we're going to be on the Prog Corner again, and we're talking about our Mount Rushmore of Prog. So I know if you're watching this, you're a big Prog fan. Go check that out tomorrow on Christmas Eve. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You won't regret it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is with Scott and company. You know what I'm saying. So thank you very much. We're excited for the future of BROCKWAYS Vinyl Bites. Merry Christmas to one and all. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate is totally cool here on BROCKWAYS Vinyl Bites. Thank you for the love. Rock on! It's been fun doing the 12 Days of Progmas with you.